Okay, and hello again. In this video, I will show how to create a dialog box and communicate with the program via dialog box. Dialog box is obviously, for example, in this Visual Studio, we have a dialog box over here. So we can put value here like 44, and then we press OK, and it will change the settings of this environment. So let's do the same thing in this example project. Again, this is the project we created in the last videos, so please go and create this same project if you haven't done yet. And last time we created these things here, but let's now create a dialog box so that we can enter values into the program. So we go to the resource view and dialog. We already have this about box here, so we're going to create something similar here. So we go to the dialog and insert dialog, and we get all of this for free here. All of this for free. And let's keep it. Oh, the buttons. Where did I lose my? Okay, button is there. Almost lost it here, but okay. Let's create a very simple dialog here, like this. Sorry. And first things first, let's change the name of the. So we select the dialog like this, and then properties. We go here and change the name. Let's say let's say text, because we are just showing you text here or something like that. Set text or something like that. Set text. Okay, so set. Oh, what happened? I guess I typed it in the wrong place. So set text. Okay, there it is. Set text is over there. And then we need to, let's just add one box where we can type something. So we can draw. Let's say we want to type some text here, and we want to show that text in the window, in the view. So we need to go to the toolbox over here. On the right hand side there's a toolbox here, and if you can't find the toolbox, it's somewhere here. There's the toolbox here. So view and toolbox over here, and here we can select the edit control from here, and I will drag it over here like that and make it bigger. And then I want to put text before this, so I go here and I select static text from here, drag it here, and let's change the value, properties, and your text to show, text to draw, actually text to draw. The text we will draw on that white window, which is called the view. Okay, the way this works is now that we haven't yet created this dialog object, so we need to first create a dialog object. Save all first things first, and after that we will create a dialog. This is just how the dialog will look like. We haven't got the dialog object yet. Everything is basically objects in MFC. So we need to create classes, and from classes we can create objects. So we need to create a class for this dialog. So we select the dialog, and then we say add class, and I will just go to the old C dialog. C dialog X is just a improved version or something, but let's just use the C dialog this time. Call it C set text DLG, like that. Okay. And now I'm gonna press finish, and it will show that class here. It's derived from C dialog, which is an MFC dialog class. So we have our own dialog class here now. So now we have a corresponding and this is the ID for that dialog. So this class which we just created, we can see that here it's using that ID here. So it's important that this ID which is here, which we can actually change, but it's important that this one matches with this one here. So if we change this one from here, which we can do using edit here, we will change this. We must be sure that it's over there as well. Let's now change it afterwards. Let's see what happens. So if I go here and I changed it, which is a good idea actually, because dialog 1 doesn't mean anything. So let's say DLG like a dialog and set text. So this is the, now it's here. So this is the ID for this resource, dialog resource. Let's go and see if it automatically changed that. If not, we probably have to manually change it. And it didn't. So we can see the old one is here still. So this will not work now because this dialog class is gonna use this resource with this ID. So I need to go here and I need to now copy this. This is good to know because we need to many times manually fix things in MFC. So we need to go here and copy this ID from here. Then I need to go here and paste it here. So now it should work. Now it knows that the ID is this one, which this dialog needs to use. Okay, now we have all the basics here, and let's now go and launch this dialog box. We already learned in the last video how to create an event handler for the menu item, so let's use the menu now again. So I'm gonna put here a menu item here that, let's add it here in a draw section here. I'm gonna put here that change text. Oh, actually it's called set text, isn't it? It's a set text dialog, so why not put here set text option. Option. It's kind of option dialog, I would say. Set text option dialog. DLG. Actually, just set text dialog, I would say. Set text dialog. Okay. And now, like before, we need to add the event handler. So I go here and add event handler. So which class we're gonna put that? We could put that. Now this is interesting question. Where we're gonna put that? Because my aim is to do this thing in the, because this is going to be a data for this project. So I'm going to put this in a document, and the reason why I'm doing it or trying to do it there is that because I want to save that text in the document actually. Because the way is that all the data should be actually in the document class, and the view is only showing what is in the document class. That's how this thing works. That's why I'm trying to put it in a document if just possible. Let's see if I'm able to do that. So I put it there and add and edit. Okay, and let's just here let's first see that it works. So I'm going to put AFX message box here, like that. Hi L, and let's see if this works. Control F5. Doesn't work because it's complaining about the ID undeclared. Because there's another place here, by the way. we also need to change that. If you remember, I changed this ID from this dialog ID. It also needs to go to the corresponding CPP file. Where I changed it was this H file here, but it also needs to be, it's in a second place also, it's also in the CPP file here. So I need to also put it here. So I'm gonna also put it there. So let's see now, I will compile it. Okay, and no errors. So seems like we can do it also in the document. We can show this message box and everything. So let's run this and see if it works. And there's the set dialog box. And there we get the high. Okay, that's a good way to continue now. So it does go here. Okay. So the idea what I'm trying to have here is, by the way, I'm changing this to 64-bit from here, by the way, because my machine is 64-bit. So the idea is that I'm going to save that text inside this document class, which is here, and the view is always going to take that text from the document. That's the best structure probably in this program. So to do that, I will probably create a private member here where I'm going to store that value. So private, and because it's a MFC string, I think it's best to use C string. This is an MFC string, and I'll just call it text. That's going to be the text which we're going to show in the window when everything is done. Okay, so it's in the document class now here. So the idea is that we will launch that dialog now here. So how do we launch this set dialog class, this one over there? First of all, we need to include the header file, which is, you can get it easily from the CPP file from here. I'll just copy this one from here. And now I need to go to the document class here and put it at the top here. Let's put it, for example, here. And the way to create dialog, we need to first create the dialog object. So I'm going to copy this, the type of the object, the type of the dialog here. This type of the dialog we're going to create, and it's called DLG like a dialog and set text dialog. Okay, this is the object. The object, it's a window. Actually, this dialog is a window. Oh, sorry, I need to drink something. But okay, we haven't created the window yet. This one only creates the object, which later on can create the window itself, the dialog window. To create the dialog window, we just say this object.doModal. We can create a modal dialog. Modal dialog means that it's at the top of everything, and you can't do anything underneath that. So you have to press OK to continue. It's like here, I think, if we go to options here, I think this is a modal. Yes, it is. If I'm trying to go here to somewhere else, it doesn't let me to go. I need to first press cancel or OK to do something else here. So that's what we are doing here. We are doing a modal dialog. And let's now run. This one should show that window, the dialog. And there it is. So here is the nice dialog box we have, and there is you can type text here. But there's nothing really working here. We are storing. There's no connection with this data here with this program, because we haven't done any connections. The next thing we better do here is that we need to go back to the dialog box here, and we need to create a variable for this text box, so that we can get the value of that text box. So select this edit box and then right click, and we're gonna say add variable, and it's gonna be a value because it's gonna be a string value we are interested in. It is this is a Windows, by the way, but we are not interested about the Windows properties. We are interested only about the value, which is the string. So that's why value here. And then it's the type will be string. And we can leave that public here, and let's call it just text. Again, we can just call it text. Okay, but before I do this, actually, I just recognize that we haven't changed the ID here. It doesn't have any reasonable name. It all works, but let's change it because it doesn't look good. At the moment, the ID for this control is this one. This is an integer ID, by the way. It identifies this control. At the moment it's called edit1. It's not a very nice name, so I will change it to text. That's going to be the so-called text we have. So edit text. So after that, when we go here and say add variable, so we can see that it's here. Here is the control ID text here, and we want value, and then text, then finish. And if I now go to the dialog class header file here, we can see that it created that public variable here over here. So this is now linked with that edit box. So when we type something something there, it can go to this variable. Okay, so now we can start doing I mean, we can send message from the dialog box to the document and vice versa. So let's go back to the document now. Okay, this do modal will return idoc. If we pressed the OK button, it will return idoc. That's why I'm going to check here that did the user press OK. Because if the user press cancel, we are not going to do anything. So we are only going to react if the user press OK. So if the user press OK, we're going to go here and we will set the document text variable, which is this one. We will set that whatever the dialog box had. So we need to ask this dialog object now that what was your text value. So I'm gonna ask it from here. It's over there, like that. It just happened to put the same name here, text and text here, but they are different variables. This is the dialog boxes variable, and this is the documents corresponding value. So we're just copying that over there, and now we should see. Now it's stored in the document text here. So now the question is next that how can we show it? What is the connection with this document with the view? Because we want to show the text at the end of the day in the view here. So let's go to the view. Where's the draw? Okay, we have the old rectangle stuff here. Let's leave it there. But let's say that we want to draw that text after that. Okay, so how do we get access to that text? The text is in the document here. Okay, the way to do is that in this draw function we have this doc get document. This pointer is pointing to this document of this application. So using this doc pointer we can get access to this text. The only problem is that it's a private here. I put it private purposely here, so we need to have a get function for that to get this value. So I'm gonna create a getter here. C string get text, for example. I will just do an inline function, return this one. Like that. So now using this document pointer here we can ask the text get text, like that. So that's the connection. Using this pointer we will ask the data from the document class and we will draw it correspondingly here. And the way to draw the text was like we learned in the previous videos. The way to draw text was using this device context and text out. And first we need to put that where we want to draw. Let's say 100 and 400, the position. And here we're gonna put what we want to draw. And we can just put this get text over there. That's how this works. Now let's check if this works now. Okay. Well, I know it should not work, but let's run it anyway. What we have currently, just to see that it doesn't work. Okay, so I choose set. Okay, we can see that there's no text first of all here because the document has 0 text. Okay, let me first actually show that this connection works. Let's go to the document class, and let's put an initial value here, something here. Let's put set this text, okay, explanation mark. So we should actually see this text now over there, the initial value, which is this one. It should draw it here. Let's see if it works. And it did not work. And what is the reason for this? Get text rebuild. Oh, I think this was a bug or something in Visual Studio. It didn't compile the whole. This sometimes happens. I think it's some kind of bug actually in the Visual Studio. It didn't compile. Now we can see the text is actually there. So, okay, it's there. It's drawing the current text. So we want to change this one using this dialog box. But at the moment, if I'm trying to change this that high, for example, I press OK. So nothing happens here. But now it changes. Aha, okay. And I will tell what is the reason. We have the same problem that we had in the last videos, that there's an update problem, that it doesn't immediately update because it updates when next time when we draw it, then it will take the value. So if I change again, if I say it high, I press OK. Now the reason why it doesn't immediately change is because there's no need to redraw this white area here. The Windows doesn't need to repaint this. So if I a little bit change the size, it will repaint the whole area and it will take the current document text value, which is high. If I change it again, like a John, press OK. Doesn't change, but when I change the size, it will change. So how can we get the immediate change? The way we do it in a document is that we're gonna call, how did we call it? It's called this update all views. I think it's this one. I don't always remember everything. There are thousands of functions in MFC, so but this would be easy. Update all views should update all views straight away. I can take out this. So let's see if this works. Oh, there's a sender. It's asking that what is the sender? Sender, I can put nil. Let me try nil here. But anyway, the thing is that we need to call some kind of function here in a document which will update all the views, and it looks to me logical. It might be this one. So let's try if it is. Okay, if I go here and set text high, it was that. I was right this time. I'm not always right, but this time I was right, and it immediately changed it. The last thing we want to do before we conclude this video, we want to change one more small thing here. So when I open this set text dialog here, we would really like that this high would be here, isn't it? It would open like this, so the previous value should be here, isn't it? Because maybe we want to just add high there here, so we want to have this previous value here like this. So when I open it, we should have here high there, here. The way to do is that we need to go to this function where we launch this dialog box, and we just need to do the opposite side. We need to set the dialog box's current text to the document's current value, which is this one. So that's just do the opposite what we do here, and it will then the dialog is using, we are setting the dialog's text value here like this. It should work now. And as we can see, the previous value is here, set this text. And if I say here high, and if I open this again, there it is. And high there. It works very well. And if I press cancel, let me change this 444 and I press cancel, it doesn't change. So it all works now. Okay, thank you for watching, and we will continue from here. Bye bye.